Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel web for all things geeky and cool. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to a Funko review and unboxing video. And yes, I know what you're going to say, Rook. It's another Boba Fett pop. We've seen them one, we've seen them all. But this one, I guarantee you guys, is a little bit different than we've seen from other Boba Fett pops in the past. This is part of what they call the Disney 100 Retro Reimagined line. They have a bunch of pops that come out from Disney, let's say Marvel pops, Star Wars pops, in this sort of weird kind of cel-shaded treatment. I'll go more into detail about the pops shortly, but before I go into any of those details, I want to thank all the viewers and subscribers. If you enjoy this content, remember to smash that like button on the page. One little click from you means a lot to me, especially getting this content across YouTube for people looking for this video can find it. So let's talk about this pop, this Boba Fett pop here in a breakdown segment. As we always start our breakdown segments, we always talk about the packaging and presentation. And again, this is a little bit different. This is more of a retro look, kind of old school look for my personal opinion. It's really cool looking. I have an analog which we'll talk about when we get to the breakdown, when we take them out of the packaging. I'll bring in a little guest star so you can see the kind of the pros and cons and kind of the comparisons next to this pop, which is part of the Smuggler Bounties from 2016 Boba Fett. We'll talk more about that shortly. Let's talk about this packaging here. So again, we have the pop, this little pop right here, Star Wars logo, pop number 660660. Nice little window box. Of course, this is a Target exclusive. I think all these retro reimagines are either going to be online exclusive or Target exclusive. All the ones I've seen R2, 3PO, I've seen Captain America, Black Panther, and of course Boba Fett here, all done in this retro reimagined treatment. Were all, I think, Target exclusive, but don't hold me to it. I think they were. We have a nice shot right here of Fett. We have Boba Fett over here in the red lettering with white text. Over here we have a shot of what Boba Fett would look like out of packaging. We have the traditional Boba Fett letters right here. And here's a cool part of the back of the packaging here. You have Boba Fett part of the Disney 100 Retro Reimagined wave right here. Of course, they don't show all the pops that are available in this kind of retro reimagined side of treatment, but there are a lot from what I've seen. I don't know how many they're going to make. I don't know if they're going to make Disney princesses in it. I'm not 100% sure yet on that, guys, so let me know if you know about more of these outside of Star Wars and Marvel. Hit me up in the comment section if you know more about it so we can spread the knowledge to everybody else. A nice little shot of Fett right here. So let's put him around on a turntable so you can see what it looks like in 360. I do think this is neat. This is a different sort of treatment that we've seen from Boba Fett before. Again, this is more of a retro style treatment. It even says retro reimagined. It kind of cel-shaded look to it, a different look and feel for Boba Fett. We normally haven't had a treatment like this before, and I do like different and unique things when Funko decides to go in a different direction, try something new, try something daring they've never tried before. I really, really like that. It takes guts from Funko to go in this particular direction. I really do like it. So that being said, guys, let's get Boba Fett here, pop number 660 from the Disney 100 Retro Reimagined line out of packaging and came the breakdown segment. Alright guys, we have a Disney 100 Retro Reimagined Boba Fett Target exclusive pop out of packaging. Next thing we do take a pop out of packaging, we normally look at the paint articulation and design. And right out the gate, guys, this guy is really cool, really unique, different feel for Boba Fett. We normally don't have Boba Fett in this sort of design where he's in a flight pose, if you will. We've had a couple. We've had a Boba Fett, we've had a Jango Fett, maybe one other one. But if you want my personal opinion, this is kind of like a throwback to the Star Wars Holiday Special. It's not the exact colors he was in, but again, this is sort of a retro look, a cel-shaded approach to Boba Fett, if you will. Let's get into it right now. Let's focus on Boba Fett. Of course, he has this really neat head sculpt, traditional head sculpt we've seen from Boba Fett before, but it's sort of pastel colors. The red visor, the rangefinder is in the up position, which looks good. The dent is highlighted, sort of cel-shaded right there. I'll spin it around so you can see the back of the head sculpt. You'll see more of him in 360 on my stand shortly. He has the Beskar armor, which is the same pastel blue color you saw here on the chest. You can see that right there. He is holding his gun in a two-handed grip. I think this is probably one of the weak points of the Funko Pop, my personal opinion. I wish they gave us some more paint here, possibly making it a different color. He sort of gets lost in his hands through the pop. Again, he's in this really cool flight pose. I do like that as well. Spinning to the back of the pop here, you have his cape right here, his all famous jetpack. You can see that right there on his back. It is good paint and deco there. I like the yellow effects on the jetpack as he's blasting off, and you see the red coming down. What makes this pop unique, of course, is the base. He is attached to a base. He can't be removed from the base. This is all one solid piece, so basically like a staction, if you will. It does say Star Wars right there on the bottom of the base in black text, and you can see sort of like the clouds, and it's detailed and textured. It looks like a cloud effect right there. So I'll spin around again to the back of the pop so you can see what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, this is a bobblehead. I've talked about this before in many videos. I'm not really fond of bobbleheads. I don't like them. The spring can get really messed up or janked up. It'd be hard to kind of twist the head. You have to mess with it a lot. Usually it affects Star Wars pops, Marvel pops, and of course now Indiana Jones pops. I'll put them on a turntable, spin them around so you can see what it looks like on 360. Again, really cool pop, really unique feel to Boba Fett. We're going to bring an analog in a second here, which is part of Smuggler's Bounty Box in 2016, which is kind of the closest I can come to what they did with this pop. I think they took pieces from the Smuggler's Bounty Box for that Boba Fett and kind of took that, cobbled it together, and built this guy. That's what I think they did. I could be wrong there, but I really have a feeling that's kind of what they did, the approach they took for this pop. So let's bring in my guest star. Of course, we've done reviews for this guy before. It's very similar, kind of, it's in the same feel, if you will, between these pops. They're not exact, the pose is different, but you can see what they're going with. They took kind of what they did with this pop here, the Smuggler's Bounty Box with Boba Fett blasting off into the sky, and added it to this retro reimagined pop right here. Again, this one's a little bit different, see-through base. It's much fancier, kind of different design, different buck, if you will. But they took this and reimagined it to make that. That's something they took these kind of ideas and put it onto this pop. It's not exact one-to-one, but you can see what they were going with. Of course, there's color here in the back of the Smuggler's Bounty, and there's no color for this little indentation right here. But you can see what they're going with, even the dent right there and the dent right here. So you can see what I'm talking about here. So again, they took kind of paid homage, if you will. Again, this is an analog between the two is where I'm coming at. So they took kind of the same approach to take this information from the Smuggler's Bounty to build this particular Boba Fett. Now you're going to ask yourself the big question at the end of the video, Rook, should I buy this retro reimagined Boba Fett? I go back to this many times. Are you a fan of Star Wars? Are you a fan of Boba Fett? If you answered yes, probably to one or two of those questions, I think this is a buy. I do like it. It's definitely unique, definitely different from Boba Fett. We don't normally have Boba Fett's like this. He'll be sitting here with a gun or a blaster or his Kappa stick as far as the Book of Boba Fett, the new stuff goes, but you don't normally see a blasting in the sky Boba Fett. So I think it'd be a buy. I don't think I spent a lot of money for him. I think he was, I could be wrong on the price, so don't hold me to the price. I think he was either $8.99 or $9.99 at Target. So it was a good deal. I was really happy to get this particular pop. I do think it's a buy. Again, if you're a fan of Star Wars, fan of Boba Fett, I think this was definitely a buy in my personal opinion. And that's my video review for the Disney 100 Retro Reimagined Pop number 660 Boba Fett Target exclusive pop. Remember to click the like button bottom of the page, click that all important subscribe button picture of my face. When you subscribe, click the bell, comment over the latest videos. Of course, last but not least, you click windows here and here to watch more of my videos. Take care, guys. See you next video, and bye-bye.